whatever that may be.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Children of Éarte. We're so excited to have you. We're so excited to be here. And we have Adam back. Yay! Yay! You can do the sponsors again.
I heard there were some struggles.
I think we
got
managed
it.
admirably.
Excellent.
in
I
the
love
last minute.
sponsor speakers.
I love it. All right. So our incredible sponsors for tonight's stream, we have Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. Thank you so much for the continued support. You can get an Electrum chest code bouncing around in chat or on the overlay. I don't know why I like saying bouncing around in chat, but like
it makes me think of that, thing in the television screen.
yeah, like the screensaver.
Yeah,
that you
I think
used to
of
have.
that. Yeah.
That's excellent. We also have Die Hard Dice. You can get
Little
10%
chest.
off with the code Éarte. But they have gifted our cast with, we're going back on the list, and it looks like I'm up this week. They gifted the cast with Adam Bradford's brazenly branded boulders.
Three alliterative.
Man.
Wow.
Brazenly
Uh-oh.
branded boulders.
These are turning into
Alright.
sentences, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, apparently.
Upping the ante.
So
I'm gonna challenge
Alright.
someone. I want palindromes next time. I want
Oh.
that's gonna be really tough.
good luck.
Oh.
That is very tough. And tonight, finally, you will hear the dulcet tones of Sirenscape, because epic games need epic sound. I am Adam Bradford. You can find me on, I refuse to say the other thing, Twitter @BadEyeAdam. I'm the CDO at Demiplane. We got a lot of stuff going on. You can join our Discord server. Lots of discussion goes on there, so feel free to join in on that discussion there. And tonight I am playing Silas Sorrell, your dimensionally displaced magical superfan. Ooh, felt like forever since I said that.
Oh my gosh. I was going to say you take 1 week and you almost forgot the whole thing. I'm
I
just
really
kidding.
did.
Hey everybody, I'm Alicia Marie. You can find me on socials at Alicia Marie Body. And I'm doing a lot of things, but I just wanted to sort of highlight the fact that Monday mornings at 10 a.m. PST over at CNE Games on Twitch, we are playing a D&D campaign called Fatebreaker, and I am playing a character that I created for the game Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. Her name is Laura, and she's now live in-game, including her armor theme pack, which is really cool, and her familiar, which I am sort of nicknaming my little fire elemental, Lumi.
And what kind of creature is the Laura? Because I know it makes you happy to
Laura's
say.
a centaur. Yay! And it's like my dream come true. That's another story, but it was very good. Lauren was in that meeting, and I was like, hear me out. Anyway, tonight I'm playing Fairuza Armstrong, who is Team Globy.
Hello, I am Jen Kretchmer. You can find me on the socials as @DreamWisp. You can find me streaming on Twitch as DreamWispJen. And tonight I am playing your friendly neighborhood troublemaker, Maeve Morgan Flynn, who likes singing the Close Encounters theme at Globies.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lauren Urban. I'm the content manager over at Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. Go to my website, lauren-urban.com, so I don't have to talk about all the other socials. Also, listen, here, Deb is such an amazing DM that not only is she inspiring during the game, but I actually spent time after last week's game looking up the Science Museum here in Seattle, because we've been to the aquarium, but we hadn't been to the Science Center. And the Pacific Science Center is awesome. It's got a planetarium. I haven't had a chance to go yet, but they've got one of those dinosaur exhibits where you can like stand in a giant dinosaur footprint. They have a whole section called Adventures in Sound, and I'm sorry if they don't have a music box puzzle. I'm going to be very upset. But my favorite thing, they have a tropical butterfly house, and they have a whole section on how to keep the butterfly safe. And my new favorite sentence is, quote, "Please help us check for accidental hitchhikers as you leave." End quote. So I just like to say, when Neb dies, I'm coming back as a butterfly called an accidental hitchhiker. But until that happens, I'm playing Neb, who's just so happy to talk to everything that she probably shouldn't be talking to, but she's gonna try anyway.
That was an amazing segue, Lauren. I wouldn't have been able to make that jump. You did it smoothly. I just want to give you a hand for that. That was
Oh,
good.
thank you. I appreciate it.
Hello, everybody. I'm Hope LaVelle. You can follow me on the socials as the Hope LaVelle. You can watch me as a dungeon master on Misfits of Alceta every Wednesday. Tomorrow we are. I'll say it. We're kind of copying Children of Éarte. We're starting a little after show on the week that we're off.
Hey.
Thanks for the
Yay.
idea. But check us out tomorrow. We can catch you up on the show if you haven't started yet.
Fantastic.
And tonight I am playing Miss Robin Beckett, your favorite granny for hire.
Wonderful. And I'm Deborah Ann Woll. I'm your storyteller for this evening. Yeah, just excited to be here. Let's dive on into the 63rd chapter of Children of Éarte. So, yeah, last week there was a long rest period in Robin's hut of safety within this strange, misty, bouncy world that you have found. I'm actually going to kind of maybe let you four do the recap a little bit here as you all go to wake up Silas and Pivum. And you begin to tell them a little bit about the experiences that you've had on your watches with your new friends.
Silas, ready for this? I'm going to teach you how to speak a language. Hee-oh. Just do that a couple times. Do it 3 times in a row, specifically 3 times.
What? I didn't
How's
hear
your
anything
whistling
you
game,
just-
Silas? How is your whistling game?
I can't do it at all. Why are we talking about whistling? Is it time for my watch?
As you start to open your eyes and come into this place fully wakened, Silas, and you've had a good long rest. You were so exhausted. You had landed in this completely mist-filled space. It is no longer beneath the sea. As you drifted through what looked like the bottom, you now seem to be breathing, misty, moist air. As you landed on what almost seemed like clouds, just this sort of cloudy space that was somehow holding your weight, but allowed you to float a little bit up. And then there's some sort of gravity that brings you down. And Robin ended up making a hut of sort of the same material. And you were so exhausted, you just fell right to sleep. But you're now much more alert. And as you begin to look around at this space, you see that the mist is swirling like crazy around this hut, and particularly around about a dozen baseball, softball size bubbles of light and gas that are just sort of floating in the air in different patterns just beyond the walls of the hut.
I telekinetically try to pop one of them.
Okay.
I don't even have any idea. This would be, gosh, wisdom,
if it looks
dexterity.
like a bubble,
It looks like a
just
bubble.
looks like a bubble.
Yeah.
Then I'm just going to see if it pops. Like I could,
So
flip one.
so your mind reaches out to kind of touch it. As you look and see it seems to kind of move with your it doesn't break. It has some kind of a membrane on the outside, and as you sort of push your mind finger against it, it kind of forms around it, and then very quickly kind of floats away as soon as it sort of senses that touch. It floats away, but you couldn't pop it. It seemed actually quite sturdy.
It looks like it's moving with a will of its own.
Yes, absolutely. It responded, flew away quickly, and then stopped and sort of slowly came forward, pulsing 3 times with a little bit of blue light.
So
And as it does that, it goes
Oh, Silas, you're gonna have to introduce yourself.
is that bubble talking to me?
Kind of. It's not. It's a. I'm not gonna call it a language as much as a lot of feelings repeated 3 times over. Yeah, all those out there are denizens of this place, and yeah, they're
friendly.
They're very friendly. And they
And
want to
you know
show
what?
us something tomorrow, which I guess is today, but we still have to sleep, so it's tomorrow.
We have like a
Okay.
theory though, don't we? Neb, we have a theory sort of kind of that we're working with here.
Oh, we've got tons of theories. Yeah.
We think, and Fairuza sort of leans in, that these might be Ivy's people in bubble form.
She's queen of the bubbles? Like, do we think that they're trapped, or is this how they want to be, or?
It's hard to tell, mostly because it's like talking to a squirrel. Which is also a metaphor that I know is not going to help any of you now that I've said it out loud. I'm getting very used to this kind of thing. They don't really talk in like words. It's feelings and really simple concepts, and they don't seem to be in pain, but we did try to ask them if they were okay, and I think they gave me the version of, yeah, we're okay, that you tell somebody when you're really not okay, but you don't want to go into it.
So I'm still listening to
Mhm.
anything that they're saying, but I am going to reach out with my mind and try to detect thoughts
Sure.
to see what kind of surface feelings and thoughts I can pick up on.
And you would have to target one particular bubble.
Sure, the one that I poked.
So yeah, you're getting surface thoughts. It's just kind of no, away, no,
Oh.
ouch, no.
I should mention something, Silas. Before we realized that they were sort of sentient beings that were kind, basically, I did scare him by screaming. That's another story. So
yeah, that's really terrifying for anybody. Yeah, okay, all right, y'all get some rest. Is Crash, are you with me on this?
Pivum like walked kind of right up to the door and was looking out, and he's like, wow, yeah, cool.
In all of your travails, have you ever come across little bubble people?
No, can't say. This is new for me, yeah.
Okay.
He looks over to Neb. He goes, can you be one? Should I try?
I mean, you're way more better at that than I am. I couldn't quite make it work, but you know, these are really alien creatures, and squirrels are a lot easier. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just not. It's like the birds. I just couldn't picture it in my head. But if you can, that'd be amazing.
Well, maybe I'll study him for a few hours, see if I get any closer.
If you find out
Couple of
anything, let me know.
Couple of
Yeah,
points of just clarification for Gen Brain. Did you tell us in sort of the interim that they were wanting to take us to that area over there?
Mhm.
Okay. And did we discuss the cell theory stuff at all?
I don't think I mean, I think you said it out loud, but there wasn't like a discussion of that theory, no.
But-
Discussion.
Okay.
But in this filling in of Silas,
Yes.
I think
share
any of
some
that came up, would come.
I didn't want to say anything unless that was okay. Clarified. Thank you. So there's a structure over there far. Please don't go there. Please wait for everyone else. Everyone else has waited. Please wait for everyone.
Is Maeve
Please, we all deserve to rest before we go out. You got to rest. Everyone else gets to rest. Why am I the one lecturing like a teacher? What have y'all
I don't
done
know,
to
Wake
it,
up
me?
at her
it feels
sleep.
like you're coming on pretty strong right now. I just woke up.
I'm
But,
tired.
hit the hay then. I've got this. I'm sure I won't float over to some interesting place while I've got all these hours to wait on you to complete your sleeping cycle.
Silas. Why don't you keep yourself distracted?
Hey, did y'all have this talk with Neb? Because
Yes.
by the way,
What?
I'm the one that just runs off by myself all the time.
No, Silas, I got the talk 3 times. It's okay.
Okay. all right.
Honestly, I would have gone with them, except for the fact I was too busy talking to them, and then all of a sudden everything was done. But yes,
So
Maeve
what, the
lectured
bubble
me.
people want us to go over there?
Yes, but they recognize that we need rest, and they're okay to wait. So they're not
They said-
pushy.
They said slow, according to Neb. They said slow multiple times.
Well, they say everything 3 times unless they're they don't really mean it.
And you can whistle. They like whistling. So if you can figure that out, they'd be really happy.
And hey, by the way, like I haven't like ran off during a watch before, by the way. Like I do just want to clarify that I am watching over your defenseless sleeping bodies. Like I'm not gonna just like leave you out here in some
never
weird
said
misty.
Did. I just was saying, please don't.
And we appreciate the reminder, Maeve.
Fair enough.
Silas, like I said, here, just keep yourself distracted with something else. And once again, as we mentioned at the very end of the last episode, Robin reaches into her bag and pulls out letters, and she's gonna look through them and she's gonna hand one and say, I think this one was meant for you.
And she's sort of pulled you aside, Silas. So as the other three have gone off to find where they were going to sleep, before you take your rest, Robin, yes, you pull him aside, and she offers you a letter.
What is this? Is this like a bill that you haven't paid because we've been gone for like 3 weeks?
I think when you look at it, you'll know what it means. Good night.
So it is just you and Pivum, Silas. And
Gosh, did you get a letter?
Yes.
Letter. Oh no! I've seen you do this. This is you're drawing things, huh? You draw things.
No, I mean it's like letters. Do you use letters?
Not sure. What's I mean, that's what they say, the paper, the thing you got there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so wait a minute. So you speak a language because you're speaking a language right now. And
yeah.
Do you not have a written form of your language?
Don't think so. Is that what that is? A letter?
Interesting. So your entire world where you're from, it's all like oral history?
Oh, we talk a lot. Yeah, we tell lots of stories.
Do you
talk a
have
lot.
Books?
Books? I don't think so. I know stories.
Wow. You don't even know do you know what a comic book is?
I mean, I think the books are the thing. Neb looks at the books.
No. We don't like the books that Neb likes.
Oh, we don't like the books that Neb.
They don't have enough pictures.
Oh, she's got books with pictures of animals.
No,
I like that
so there are books, and people in Éarte have, hundreds, thousands of years written things, and writing means to take and kind of like scrawl.
Do the drawings. Yeah, see, we like drawings. We do lots of drawings, lots of pictures.
Those drawings represent words. And so for lots of centuries, people wrote these words into books where other people could read about their thing. And then what's really interesting is that the book for centuries was just stuck in a humdrum place where, they were just really boring. And basically, you just kind of had to endure them and all this.
Oh, no, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, but then, almost a century ago, someone was like, hey, we're going to elevate the art form of the book, and we're going to go back to actually drawing. All right.
Oh.
So we're no longer drawing just for the sake of making letters to represent words, but we're drawing stories where then you can like fill in. It's called sequential art.
You're drawing pictures to tell stories.
That's it.
Yeah.
And see,
we do that all the time in Lorelia. Yeah.
Yes.
We tell stories through pictures. Yeah. And
where do you put these pictures? Do you put them into books like comic books, or do you put them on walls?
We draw them on the walls. We draw them on the leaves. We draw them in the earth.
Okay. All right. See, I think I would like it. I would like it in your world because
you'll have to come to Lorelia. Yeah.
How would we get there?
I don't know. Gotta find a door. If it's still there. I'm worried.
Do you think that what's her name again? The Swamp Queen? What's her name?
Oh, yeah. Zola. Yeah, Zola.
Zola.
Yeah.
So Zola, do you think you said that you left because you thought that Zola was gone. right?
Yeah.
And that things started like going bad, kind of like in the Never-Ending Story. Have you ever seen that movie?
No, what you? This is something you see?
Yes, it's a moving picture.
Moving
Motion
picture.
picture. Yes.
Whoa.
And so, you know, we've got comic books, which are
Yeah.
kind of like, do you know who Plato is? It's the Platonic form. Have you ever heard of this?
Oh,
No,
no.
probably not. All right.
But
So
sometimes I can make a picture move. Sometimes if I concentrate real hard.
yes, I've done that too. And Silas, as he's saying it, he's just kind of like idly, you know.
Oh
making-
yeah.
and so basically, as he's kind of generating this, you know, illusion, you're seeing, you know, a rock person, giant rock rolling through. You see Falcor, the luck dragon, you know.
Wow.
You see all this stuff kind of like playing out. So this is kind of like, you know, this is like a movie. And basically, you know, in this story, everything's just kind of unraveling. And so you think that like Zola's not there, things are unraveling.
Yeah.
Do you think your people have turned into bubble folk?
Oh boy, I hope not.
What if they turn into rocks? Because you're like in kind of the earth-centric place.
We like the earth. Yeah. Oh dear. I hope they're not bubbles. It'd be rough if I got home and my family were all bubbles.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is I don't think they'll be bubbles. I think they'd be rocks.
That'd be rocks.
Because it's like, yeah, like kind of like there's this other motion picture that's called Everything Everywhere All at Once, and it's got these rocks, like these people are rocks for just a second in it, and they've got googly eye. But anyway, that's beside the point. But yeah, so let's study these bubble folk. You said you wanted to do that, right?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Pibum will walk straight towards that front door and just step right out.
He goes, "Hey there, folks."
You see the 12 that are there, they all kind of move back a little bit, but they do it at different speeds and different heights. There's really very distinct reactions from each different bubble as they kind of move away or rise up high or come in a little bit closer. A couple of them start to bounce up and down pretty fast. One shoots up right close to Pivum once after the initial sort of appearance of Pivum, because they can't see this hut that you're in. So as Pivum just appears after that initial shock, one kind of zooms up real close and flashes 3 times and goes, "Hooah, hooah, hooah."
I'm detecting, as long as this has been,
Yes.
you know, within well, I don't know if it's been within a minute, but yeah, I'm not going to do it again. It's probably been longer than a minute, so yeah, never mind on that.
Okay.
But it does that 3 times, you said.
Yeah. Hooah, hooah, hooah. Have you stepped outside yet?
Yeah, I'm stepping outside.
So you now appear. A bunch more seem to sort of spin in the air and rise up a little bit, and 2 of them float a little bit closer, almost kind of mimicking your eyes. And the one that is light now, that one comes a little closer and again flashes 3 times, but this time it tries to mimic the green light. Is it green light that comes out of your eye?
It's gold.
Gold.
Like
It
white
tries to
gold, yeah.
mimic that white gold light, the same light that's coming out, and flashes 3 times.
I open and shut my eye 3 times to like flash it 3 times as well.
It bounces up and down in a sort of a clear excitement.
I bounce up and down as well. Like just
3 of
flying,
them
like
start
up
to
and down.
bounce up and down. 2 more kind of come and join. They're attracted by your movement. Fala.
Wait, where do you want to go?
Fala.
Where do you want to go?
They, sort of swirl around your head a little bit and begin to kind of move off in the direction that Maeve had indicated.
Listen, I'm not going to go there, because the minute that I do that, like, I'm never going to live that down. So I'm sorry, but you don't have a patsy here. I heard that you tried to get everybody to go out there, and it's not going to work on me.
Cool. They just continue to kind of bob and try to pull. A couple more kind of move around you. And as you're feeling this mist and this air of this space is just swirling around you. If you'd like to give me a perception check.
Okay. You can do that if you'd like. That's a 1.
It's this just wild, swirling mass of mist, and it seems to just be swirling around you, around Pivum, around these bubbles. Just absolutely, the air is stirred up by the energy of all of you.
Hey, wait, Crash. Like, I guess I didn't think about this because you just jumped out here all willy-nilly like this. But like, did they tell us not to go out of the hut, or did they tell us not to go to the place?
I mean, they said they were friendly, so they just said don't go to the place. But it sounds like they've been talking to him, so I think we can talk to him.
Okay.
Oh, and
I'm just blaming you if this goes badly.
I want to do some of that guy talk. Guy talk.
Guy talk.
Yeah, guy talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
We talk about moving pictures? Is that what we talk about?
Moving pictures, yes. Movies. Yeah, you call them movies for sure. Movies is something that comes up in guy talk
movies,
a good
like
bit. Have you heard of sports?
Sports. Nah.
Yes. So do you have anything in your world where people take a ball and try to go somewhere with it?
Oh yeah, we got mud rolling.
Mud rolling.
Okay. Yeah.
Why don't you tell me about mud rolling?
Oh, mud rolling's great. You find yourself a little pack of mud, you make a little pack of mud, and then you find a good patch of mud, and then you roll your little ball of mud until it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And the whoever can get the biggest roll of mud before the time is up wins.
Oh, okay. That's yeah, I guess that's a sport. That's interesting. Well, in Éarte, there are all kinds of sports. I mean, literally just so many things that you can't even keep up with them. We have this thing called
You do mud rolling?
No, mud. Well, honestly, to be honest, I can't verify 100% that mud rolling is not an Olympic sport.
Oh.
But basically in the Olympics, you can look down the list of sports, and I mean, it's like hundreds of things. Like people stick these long, like skinny boards to their feet and then use sticks and like go down snowy hills with them.
I like sticks.
Yeah,
sticks.
exactly. Well, I mean, yeah, everybody likes sticks, especially the kind that you could find when you were smaller that had like the club on it, where you could be
try
like,
throwing sticks, and you see who can throw sticks the furthest.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like a sport too.
Yeah.
Like, but the supreme sport is something called basketball. Have you heard of this?
No.
Yeah.
I've heard you talk about it.
Do you know what a basket is?
A basket? Yeah. Yeah. You can carry things in it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Except, well, that honestly breaks down a little bit now that I'm thinking about it. But it's like, it's not like you're carrying anything in this basket, but it's like it's kind of like a basket with a hole in the bottom.
Oh,
so
it's
think
not
about
a good basket.
It's not a good basket,
it's a
but
bad basket.
basically you're taking the ball. It's a ball, about as big as you are, honestly, a little bit smaller than you. And it's like you take a ball like that.
Oh, I'd be real good at basketball.
You shoot it, you throw it from a distance, but they call it shooting. And you throw it from a distance and try to get it into the basket. Yeah. And so basically, there is this one player in particular that's greatest that's ever played basketball. His name was Michael Jordan. I'm sure you've heard me mention him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a hero from our world. Like he's just like a legendary hero.
Yeah.
That other heroes have emulated over the years, and no one's ever really come close to achieving those heights of greatness. But although I guess I'm never going to get to see Wimby play. Because he's a giant. Like, so you know what a giant is? Do you have giants?
Oh yeah, world? No, yeah. Zola's giant. Yeah, she's real big.
Zola's giant. Do you have like other kinds of giants? Because in V&V they have giants that are like different kinds. It's like, this is a woolly mammoth giant. This is they just have like so many different kinds of giants. But anyway, Wimby, he's like 7 feet 4 inches.
Oh, that's
I don't know. That's like 6 of you or something.
That's real big.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
And so, but I guess I'm never going to get to see him play because we're probably never getting back to Éarte at this point.
That doesn't sound so good. I don't know about Éarte, but I'd like to get back to Lorelia.
And in the
You have-
moment of sort of contemplation there, Silas, you feel something sort of touching at your side, at your back.
Hey, not without consent.
You look over and see a small orange box.
Box?
Fox.
Oh, fox. I thought you said a box, and
I
I'm
said
like,
a
what?
fox.
Okay. I jump out of my skin. Pivum, do you see that?
He looks over.
Yeah. Where'd that thing come from?
I have no idea, but I've chased that little thing for like my entire life. Like, don't go anywhere.
It sits, raises up one paw, kind of itches,
Do
But
you
it's
understand me?
lies down.
Well, I didn't say lie down. Like, do you understand me? Like, blink for yes, don't blink for no.
It doesn't
Like,
blink,
that
but
doesn't
its
work.
its ears twitch.
What are you doing here?
Sort of cocks its head, stands up, walks over to you, and bites your pants.
What's this now? What's this? I don't understand what is happening. Like, do you want me to like carry you or something? Or
As it sort of
I'm gonna try to
yes.
I'm gonna try to pet the fox.
Okay. It no check required. It kind of, shrugs a little bit as you come closer, but it reaches up, sort of sniffs, and actually kind of rubs
Leans
its
into.
chin against
Yeah,
your
okay.
hand.
All right. So, honestly, how are you here? Like, have you been here this whole time? Can you talk?
It does not speak to you. It continues to kind of try to gnaw at your pants, almost as if like you had treats or something in one of the pockets. It's
I don't think that I have any. I'm gonna like kind of do good berries last, or
like 24 hours or something, and then they disappear.
24 hours and then they just go bad.
They go
have
bad.
have we got any of those recently, Lauren? I'm just.
I actually just made just before I went to sleep. So
Is it reasonable to say that I would have picked one of those up?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, all right.
You can have
I'm
one.
going to pull the good berry out and say, like, look, this is all I have. Like, I used to have jerky and really good things. But
It knocks it out of your hand, not at all interested, continues to pull at your pockets.
hey, what do you want in my pockets? I like empty my pockets because I don't think I have anything in them.
As you pull out, the only thing right now in your pocket is the letter that Robin gave you. It drops to the ground. The fox immediately pounces on it, its little feet kind of digging.
Oh gosh. So Crash, you're telling me, like, first of all, I'm not imagining this fox, right? Like it is here.
Oh, yeah. Real pretty one, yeah.
Okay. So you want me to read the letter? Is that it, Lassie? Is Timmy stuck in the well?
It lies down kind of right next to it, trying to get kind of comfortable. And you notice that the ground here, it's almost sort of spongy almost. You sink in like memory foam almost. You sink into it a little bit. It seems to cradle, and the fox gets in a tiny little donut, gets all curled up right next to that letter in this.
This is kind of like a beanbag chair, Crash. You ought to try this out. And then I open the envelope. It's in an envelope, or is it
It's
just
in an envelope. You notice at the front that it's a letter addressed to Ivy. The stamp on it is from Peru.
Peru to Ivy. All right. I open it up.
Inside, as you open this, seems like old lettering or old parchment, old paper. Your heart leaps up into your chest. It's merely a list of Christmas gifts, but you recognize it immediately. It's a list you wrote when you were a child. You gave it to your grandfather for the last Christmas that you believed in magic.
Silas is definitely fighting back tears. Like he is trying not to cry in this moment. And so when he's doing that, he kind of just flies around a little bit, like floats a little bit, and then turns away from Crash and stuff. And he's like, "Yeah, so like I don't think this is a letter." And then I eventually come back and sit down in the memory foam.
The memory foam. The fox remains curled up next to you. Silas, what is on this list? What did young Silas ask for Christmas?
So first of all, Silas would have done this because you said last time he believed in magic.
The last time,
right?
the last Christmas where he still believed in magic.
He would have been about 15. Okay, so like fairly old for
Yeah.
a lot of people. And so he at that point in time, he definitely asked for a car. So there is a car on that list. But then after that, there's like a scribbled note kind of in the margin about like, hey, Dad always says that I've got to give up on this stuff, but I don't care what he says. And it's basically a list of, the entire set of G.I. Joes that came out in the year that he was 15. And then he has some various action figures, very, very meticulously detailed. Down to the point it's not like, hey, get me a Ninja Turtle. It's like, every specific thing, like all the accessories that are needed and everything else. Tons of action figures, and then a car. And he's pretty specific about the car. He wants, a Firebird is what he's looking at there. And so on this, Firebird, he's listing out all the different things that a 15-year-old would think is important about a car. And then outside of that, the only other thing that he puts on there is he says that he needs more towels because he doesn't have enough of those currently.
As you are reading this to yourself, and I don't know if you're shaking a little or perhaps a tear falls and hits the paper, whatever tremors or energy from you as it drops and ripples its way, the words on this paper begin to transform and rewrite themselves, and the handwriting is no longer yours. It is a different handwriting that you remember. It says, "Hey there, sport. I've crossed all my fingers and all my toes hoping you'd get my gift. I know a ticket to adventure isn't exactly on your list, but sometimes the things we need aren't always the things we want. What awaits you, Lord only knows, and he ain't telling. But I know you are more than up to the challenge. See you on the flip side, kid." You recognize this as your grandfather's handwriting.
Crash, like, I know you don't know how to read this, but like, do you see drawings on this piece of paper? And I like just hold it over to him.
Pivum looks at it and he goes,
"Yeah, drawing the wordles, right? Wordles. You draw the wordles. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And then Silas brings it back, studies it. Silas actually has a little bit of a history of detecting forgeries.
Yes.
And so I would like to see how confident I feel that this is actually.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I guess an intelligence and investigation, but let's do an advantaged at the very least.
All right. Well, that first roll was terrible. The next one is good. So that is going to be Investigation. It's gonna be 18.
Yeah, that's pop. Even calling you sport, some of the sayings, things are just coming back to you. It reminds you of, letters maybe you sent back from summer camp or something like that. That there's a chill.
Crash. This is huge. So first of all, I'm going to let her sleep right now, but I want to know what the hell Miss Robin had this letter for. Like, I don't understand any of that. Like, where in the blazes did she get this from? But I am telling you that this was something, first of all, it was something that I wrote to my pops. That's like what I called my grandfather. Do you know, like, do you have those?
Yeah, elders, yeah.
Yeah, elders. Yeah, that's it. So this was an elder very close to me, and I wrote a Christmas gift list to him because, like, I wanted a car. He didn't get me a car. Like, he did get me about half of the the action figures on this list, though. But either
figures
way,
of action, yeah.
Yeah.
Guy talk.
That's
Yeah.
well, not
No?
all guys, but like the cool ones, yes. And so basically, but it was something that I sent to him a long time ago. So again, I have no idea how Miss Robin had this, but it was something I wrote to him, and then I don't know if I like magicked it or something, but all of a sudden it shifted into my pops talking to me, like in a letter of some sort. And this is what it says, and then Silas is going to read it out loud to Pivum.
Yes.
And then he's just going to say, like, so that's wild, right? Like, that feels like that's current right there.
Yeah. He seems like
he's dead.
Oh no.
Like, yeah, he's supposed to be dead.
Did he write it a long time ago when he was still kicking?
I don't know. I don't have carbon dating on me or anything here, Pivum. But what I'm saying is, like, something about this, like, it's like he knew that I was going to be here. And I'm telling you, when we were in that creepy ass cave place, like the ice caves, where there was like I don't even know what we were doing. We were drinking poison, like,
oh
for
yeah,
some
when
reason,
you guys went away for a long time. Yeah, I thought you're all dead.
Yeah,
in the
and then there was an avalanche, and we almost like died, and then the train just went away. Yeah. So that major life event that happened like 4 days ago.
Yeah.
That right there, when that happened, basically it was like we saw, like, because I talked to the others too, we saw like visions or something in the, I don't know, magic eye stuff, and we saw horrible situations and our loved ones in horrible situations.
Oh no.
And so like, I don't know what is going on in this weird place, but I'm starting to wonder, like, is my pops like alive somewhere? It's kind of like all the theories about, there was somebody that was literally like one of the worst people that's ever lived, Adolf Hitler. Like, they were like, hey, I don't know like what actually happened to him, if he died or something. And like, there were all these like strange theories about, well, he escaped to somewhere else or whatever. Like, he went through a ley line. Do you know what a ley line is?
Nope.
I don't know if a ley line is like actually applicable to real magic, but it's a way that we explain magic in Éarte. But either way, it's like, there was all this discussion about like, oh, he didn't actually die, he just like translated into some other place. That's got me wondering, like, did that happen to these people that we care about?
Well, the Vale. Seen a lot of people that are supposed to be dead in the Vale.
Yeah, you know what? Ivy told us that we could talk to people that we lost, right? And then we kind of foolishly just took a swim or something after that. But
up in the mist, up the upper mist. Yeah.
Wait, are we in the lower mist here?
Well, we went down.
I wonder if you can talk to presumably dead people in this mist.
I don't know.
Meanwhile, the bubbles have gotten very close. They're not, it's almost like they've nestled into the mist and the memory foam at your feet, surrounding you. You also now notice the fox is gone.
I tell you what, like, Pivum, do you see the fox now?
No,
What happened to it? Did you get eyes on it when it
no,
fled?
I was looking at the drawings, the wordles.
I mean, this is like a Wile E. Coyote situation or something. Like, I am never
Well,
going to be
coyotes like
done with
coyotes.
this. Yeah. It's another that's for later guy talk. Like, guys talk about Looney Tunes all the time.
Oh,
So
Looney Tunes. They like to sing. They said they like to sing. I can whistle.
yeah, you whistle really great. I mean,
Okay,
honestly,
repeat
you do
it.
whistle better than me.
The bubbles around him almost perfectly mimic. I can't even do it myself.
Huh. Now this is interesting. Let's see. Let me think. What can I do? Let's do. Come as you are, as you were, as I want you to be.
It's a pretty good
Wow.
mimic. It doesn't do the words, but it's a pretty good match for your tone.
Wow. Can you do?
And I'm gonna kill
can
my
you-
throat doing this.
Can you do it simultaneously?
Another one picks it up. Then a third one. They're off though. They start to almost intentionally, it seems like, wait a couple of beats and start again, almost like they're singing it in a round.
So wait, this is row your boat stuff? Oh my goodness. All around me are familiar faces.
Pick it right up.
I start singing. It's a mad world. Just
Joining it.
starting to sing, man.
Pivam's just like wide eyes, like he starts stroking his beard. And you notice he can pull a few out and he starts to flick them almost like they're strings. And they make a little sort of scattered tone as they do. And he sort of blows a little bit as he does. And he can almost do like a little like jaw harp kind of sound using his beard hair.
All right, so Silas is going to spend far too long doing this. And I will spare everyone what Silas would actually be doing. But he would be just any song that he could possibly remember, and he is going across all the genres. There are points where he is just actually like kind of experimenting with instrumental only stuff, and so he's like dun 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 dun.
So the main thing you notice, in fact, give me either a perception or investigation, please.
We're gonna need the Silas playlist after
We
this.
will.
Investigation. All right.
Investigation.
So that is a 14.
So you don't remember your middle school science all that well, but you notice that it doesn't have a lot of consonants. It can't go dun dun dun, but it goes and it can kind of match any tone, but there's no plosives, right? And you start to see that the membrane on this thing sort of vibrates when it makes noise, and it vibrates when it seems to sense your noise. So it has this little, almost like an eardrum response to your noise, and then it does the same thing to sort of create the sound waves around it, with just this sort of membrane around it. And it is very gelatinous as it moves. It has kind of it's a squishy quality. So you basically spend the rest of your watch singing with the bubbles. It's the rest of you wake up to various classic rock anthems happening outside.
Slow ride, take it easy.
outside, and Pivim and Silas are just rocking out with the bubbles. Silas and the bubbles touring this summer, this winter in the Vale. Yeah, you all begin to rise. You have had your full night's rest. You are back to full power and capacity. Is your hut starting to fade, Robin?
It would after 8 hours. Yep.
All right, the hut is fading as you all have gotten your rest.
I'll lean over to Maeve as the rock concert outside continues and go, you and Silas apparently are the music whisperers of the group.
I think we just tried the same thing first.
I mean, the both of you seem to be doing a really good job. So maybe this is a choir in the making.
It could be.
As you all begin to appear and come out, they do start singing. Go ahead.
Silas is going to, like, as anything else is going on the moment that he sees Miss Robin,
yes,
he is going to message where no one else can hear it. I think you've got some explaining to do.
Oh,
It's just what he whispers through the message.
Okay. Robin, you hear that. As they see Maeve approach, you do hear some strains of Row, Row, Row Your Boat begin to start. For some of the others of you, you hear the wah, 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 hia, 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 fala, fala. They're starting to get very excited. There's some bouncing up and down in the air. And again, they're kind of moving towards you. If, the air is just stirred up by this choir of sound that Silas and the bubbles have been making. The whole, it's definitely cleared. It's much easier to see in certain directions. And again, off to sort of the right, wherever that is in this void, from the door of where your hut was, there does seem to be a change in the texture of the ground in that direction. You can't see anything too specific, but this sort of soft memory foam ground changes texture a good ways off in that way. And they seem to want you to follow.
Are we following the bubbles, or do we still think this is a trap?
No, I mean, it's probably a trap, but the thing you do with traps is spring them. So let's spring
That's
it.
what I said.
Yes.
But all right. But let's follow.
Yeah, they start to sort of move that way very quickly, like a puppy off leash. They'll run far ahead and then come back to check on you, and then go behind and kind of push from behind, and then run off again to scout and come back. And again, the more you pay attention, the more distinct each of them are. Some of them, plod kind of slowly next to you, keeping pace. Others are running ahead. A couple others are still kind of stragglers at the back. Others fly high and up and down. Very unique reactions to this, to your presence. It takes a good little walk, like a 10-minute walk to kind of move off in the direction, but you do notice sooner than that yes, the texture of the ground below you begins to change. It gets to be a little crunchy, almost like baking soda. Has a little bit of that crystallized quality to it, walking on sugar. And as you walk, the kind of crunch of that beneath your feet, the bubbles are sort of attracted to that. They seem sort of, interested in that noise that your feet are making. And after another 5 or 10 minutes, you do come. Go ahead. Neb?
When that starts, Neb would actually stop and reach down and pick up some of this stuff and try to figure out what it is.
So in your bare hand, it's chalky and definitely crystallized. Salt, sugar, that kind of quality to it.
Hey, so the stuff that we were walking on was kind of spongy, right?
Yeah, like memory foam.
Yeah.
Marshmallows.
Do you think, and she'll hold out the handful of whatever this is, do you think this is what happens when it dries out?
Or maybe it's compacted human bones.
Robin.
Could be that as well.
That's a lot of bones.
Just a positive, uplifting spin today.
Good morning,
Maybe.
Robin.
Maybe.
And basically, as Miss Robin has said that,
Yes.
like he has not been drawing attention to it at all.
Mhm.
Silas was telekinetically like floating a little bit up, and he had just put some on his tongue to see if it tastes like sugar or salt.
Give me a
And then she
perception
said
check.
bone. She said
Tequila.
bones.
Give me a perception check.
That's a 1 on the die, so that's going to be. Well, I have a 0.
God,
actually.
that
You have a
is-
0 actually.
Yeah.
You as soon as you put it on the tip of your tongue, you can't stand it. Whatever the taste is of it, it is so overpowering. You don't even want it in your mouth long enough to try to identify it.
Sorry, I just choked on something. Definitely not powder we're
What?
working on.
What? Do you make a habit of tasting places that you walk on, like the street, sidewalk, grocery store, or
Hey,
linoleum?
don't act like you ain't never eaten some snow cream. And that's something you walk on.
All right.
I don't know what that is. I don't want to know
at
what that
all.
You know what snow
I'd
cream
like to plead
is?
the fifth.
Oh my
support.
goodness.
You know what? I'm curious about a lot of things, but in this moment, I'm way more curious about that than what you're about to talk about because that sounds very weird.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Robin, do you think it is human bone, or were you just being silly?
Oh, who knows? I'm just the old lady.
What?
What,
Are we
shut
just
this
sleeping?
place
Are we
off,
just
please,
sleeping?
Robin.
Sleeping. Somebody pinch me.
All right, check her for other magic items, weird magic items.
At least
Magic.
whatever's going on with this is more fun.
Does it look? Is it crystalline? Is it
Investigation
solid?
It doesn't taste good. I can tell you that much.
Can I help by coming
What did it
over
taste like? I
and
have
like
to ask.
showing her the handful that I
That's it.
got and like crunching it in my hand?
Yeah, you can
and,
add your intelligence.
so the +3.
+3.
22.
What does it smell like?
25.
25.
Ooh.
It is absolutely of a crystalline structure. As you get a closer look at it and kind of pull it up, it's quite fine, like sand or salt or sugar. But a couple of the crystals that are larger, you can absolutely see that geometric organization that happens in crystals. Yeah,
Is it white? Is it
it's white.
colorful? Okay.
Absolutely, very white and clear. You know, has that cloudy, clear kind of quality to it. In fact, that's a really high roll. It reminds you of rock salt, another middle school science class experiment. It has that, you know, again, that kind of extra hard crystallized rock salt, you know, that we used to do when you put the popsicle stick with the string over the cup. It has that quality to it, a really intense crystallization.
Okay. Interesting.
And while I'm thinking about it, don't y'all act like y'all hadn't ever tried a blade of grass too?
What? I didn't eat dirt in grade school. I
never
did eat
ate
it.
a blade of grass just because you were
dirt.
Yeah,
curious.
he's in high school.
I ate it in middle school, but that was because a friend of mine was teaching me how to you put the blade between your fingers and then you learn how to blow through it so that it vibrates and makes that really high pitched noise. And then I got curious.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know,
what you're talking
Neb. It
about.
sounds like you did some weird stuff when you were younger.
I've done some weird stuff my entire life. Let's
I'll
just
tell
be
you this.
honest.
If you go to blow on a dandelion to make the wishes and make it all, it's better if you just eat it. Then all the wishes come true because they're within you.
Do you have to eat it before it turns into the puffball, or do you eat it when it is the puffball?
Oh, you gotta wait until it's the puffball.
Really?
How does it
How
ta-
close are we getting to this place?
If you've continued to walk, it's another 5-10 minutes of conversation about crystals and dandelions and puffballs. And again, the terrain changes. In fact, who's leading the charge here? Silas, are you flying?
Yes, definitely.
You're flying.
I typically am going to fly like 10 feet up from everyone and just
Okay.
kind of.
That's about as far as you can go without losing sight of them in this thick mist.
Okay. Yes.
This
Then
thick
that's where I'm
fog.
at.
Okay, cool.
I'm
Maybe
probably towards the front.
you think you're trying. I was gonna say, Neb, I'd say imagine you're towards the front. Dexterity saving throw.
Of course.
Oh.
That's a 7.
That's a 7.
I'm still kind of
Yeah, you're looking thing, you're talking, Robin's being sort of funny. So as you're walking along, suddenly your foot slips right out from underneath
Ah!
you. You land down on your bottom and realize that it has now changed to the ground has yet again changed texture and it is absolutely slippery. Again, could be ice. But it has again that kind of almost as if it's this material, this crystally sandy material, but when it's in its sort of solid connected form, it doesn't feel particularly cold to you, but it is absolutely slick.
is it so Deb lands
Mhm.
and then there's that moment of again, and then she'll start to get distracted. The stuff,
What are
the
you doing
ice.
down there, Neb?
I have come down here intentionally to examine what we've landed on. Absolutely. Is the ground like ice or like these crystals clear? Is it white? Is it,
It's
can I see through it?
cloudy, white, clear. You feel like you can see a little ways in, but whatever's back down behind it is more of this or white. So it doesn't really give you a lot of look. In fact, it blends really, it's only the texture difference between the crystal sand and whatever this sort of ice flat slippery surface is. But looking forward now, and Silas, as you were kind of above and moving forward, you can see almost like stalagmites of this crystallized rocky sand material placed in different spots on this sort of slippery surface in front of you.
We've got stalagmites.
Whoa! We didn't have a good experience with stalagmites. Do you remember what
I'm looking
Beck's
up.
notes a
Are there
week or
any
two ago?
types?
No, so
Oh.
there's no ceiling. This
Okay.
is just open, misty air above you. And all around you. I mean, this is very much just a white void of very little landmarks, other than now this sort of patch of slippery ground and these stalagmites
Really,
placed.
there's stalagwonts, actually.
They're
Because
sort of
Stalag
bastard
maybes.
cousins of
Can
the
I-
ones that we fought.
Go ahead.
Can I take a little bit of the crumbled
Uh-huh.
stuff and add a little water to it and see what happens?
You gonna like spit on it, or you got a canteen?
I'll
or
take a
something you
little
drink?
drip of water from
Little
my
drip water.
water bottle.
Yeah, as you do that, it does seem to dissolve into your hand.
Does it feel like sugary sticky? Does it feel
Perception check.
Okay. It's 13.
No, not sticky like sugar. But it does leave like a little residue. Like as you let it kind of drip down, it's a little drying. It's sort of like a drying.
Like a day at the beach
could
kind
be
of.
have a little bit of that kind of it seems to have taken a bit of the moisture out of your skin.
Okay.
I'm going to stand up and look for our round friends.
Yes.
Does it look from the way they're acting like we have arrived, or
yeah.
they still want us to follow?
They are absolutely bouncing up and down, and they're flying out over this slippery area and then kind of flying back towards you and stirring up the mist in the air above it as they do. And as you all had noticed before, it's just the more active you and they are and the more you interact, the more excited the mist seems to get and the more attracted to you it is.
Are we able to walk on it? Is it too slippery?
You can try. Would you like to step out, Robin?
Yeah.
Does anyone still have crampons?
I don't.
I
Ooh,
didn't have to
I think
begin
2 of
with.
us did, or 3 of us did, and then 2
I
of
don't
us
remember
had snow boots.
if they got lost
had-
on the train or
Yeah,
not.
wait. 3 of us had crampons.
Well, they wouldn't have
and
been on the
shorts.
train because we were using them, right?
Oh, that's true. You were
Mm.
using them when you were climbing through the avalanche and stuff. So you
Yeah.
might still have
Yep.
them then. Okay.
I know
You
I
can
had
see
snowshoes
them.
because the idea was I could turn into something that would deal with it better, but I
Yeah.
don't remember who had the
Right.
crampons.
I give
had
whatever I
crampons.
had to someone.
Right. You are flying now. So yeah, Robin, you step out. If you want to give me an acrobatics check or a standard, we'll do a balance check kind of.
3.
A 3. So
No.
you also step out and immediately fall on your bum. But this time you slide forward on the slippery surface and kind of come to a stop at the first of these stalagmites that was directly in front of you. And now that you're out here about 15 feet from your friends, you can barely just see their little, because of the swirling of the stuff and the bubbles that are coming in, you can still sort of see where they are, but you've kind of butted up against this stalagmite and it seems to sort of glow
What color?
like a white,
Okay.
like a little, just sort of light up a little bit. It has a little, your touch, you'll notice that the kind of, it seems to match the white gray misty atmosphere, but it's just a little brighter than the other stalagmites that you see ahead of you and around this slippery
think
area.
I'll look for the reaction of the orbs. What are they doing when they see this?
Yeah, fantastic. So a couple of the orbs have kind of followed you out and are flying above, and again, kind of bouncing up and down. They can even say "hee hee hee."
Okay. If I've just bumped into it a little bit, I think Robin would instinctively just like actually put a hand on it.
You place a hand on it. It's cool but not cold. It has that grainy quality of this sort of sandy crystal texture. It's very much sort of engaged, and the light behind your hand seems to kind of glow and warm up a little more and get brighter as you touch it.
Robin, are you doing that?
I don't know, but the water's fine if you guys want to come on in and try one.
I'll slide on over to the one that she's touching.
Yeah.
Sort
of, again, on your
shuffle,
bum, sort of slide. You can't really control your direction very well. It just kind of like whichever way you're moving, you keep going that way until you bump into something.
I'll try to shuffleboard my way over there.
Yes, the shuffleboard.
Just
You bump into
curling
Robin, who
at the-
kind of bumps forward a little bit and
Yeah.
grabs onto you, so you don't, go flying off into nowhere. And you can kind of hold on to this stalagmite.
If I see that,
Yes.
Do I see any of this glowing happening?
Yes, you do.
I am going to like a pinball machine. How close are these things?
Like 15. This one that Robin and Neb are at about 15 feet away from the bank.
Okay. Is there another one close to them?
There's another one.
I'm gonna fly to that one, and if there's another one close to I'm literally gonna bounce around and try to touch them and see if the other ones are lighting up.
Fantastic. Josh, would you please share our graphic here?
I didn't mean to trigger this.
We can share it with everyone at home, and the rest of you want to look at your.
While we're waiting for the curling board to come on up, when I touch it, does it get any brighter, or does it stay the same brightness?
Behind your hand, it definitely also begins to get brighter right behind where you're touching it. Again, seeming to sense the sort of living energy that is coming with you.
Oh, good. There's enough room to ice skate right out there past you guys, because Fairuza can definitely ice skate.
So yes, Silas, as you begin to fly around, you begin to get a sense of like the bank of this pond, this area, and these different stalagmites that are kind of placed around the area. As you fly around and sort of, come down and begin to touch them, yes, they do begin to glow a little bit with your touch. It's fainter. Certainly the one that Neb and Robin have touched is glowing brighter, but you can get to each of them and kind of touch the tops, and they seem to light up just a little bit. And as they do that, the rest of you, from your not bird's eye but landscape vision, are now, it's much easier to see where all of them are from your vantage point through the mist.
Which side of this is everybody like?
So at the bottom right corner, you'll see sort of an open square. The rest of that is kind of a larger, sort of deeper bank, a bank that's maybe about 5 feet, 1 foot. This area is more like a beach. There's more of a downgrade. Definitely looks like an entrance, a ramp.
How big is the area? Like, so these squares.
These are 5 by 5. Yeah, we're gonna say these are serious stalagmites.
Oh,
Oh, you're
After
saying the stalagmites are 5
Mhm.
by 5, but
Each of these
so
little squares are about 5 by 5. They're, a standard battle map kind of grid. So they're quite, they're quite large. These maybe they're 3 by 3. The stalagmites within
Oh,
each of these
sorry.
little-
I thought I couldn't see it closely enough.
Sorry,
But
yeah.
I see the smaller squares now. Yes, got
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Because I was like, that
Mhm.
is the smallest like stalagmite I've ever seen. But I because I thought that like there were like 3 stalagmites in one square or something. I was like,
No.
what is
So
going
it's
on
yes,
here?
it's
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah,
one large sort of column.
got it.
It's kind of in these little areas here. So I'll
Okay.
say, Robin and Neb, you're sort of butted up against this one who's directly across from that open area.
Yeah.
You just slid forward those 15 feet and kind of butted up against that particular one. And you can just start to see some of the other ones glow off in the distance.
And as Silas does his snooker ball impression, when he touches them, do they stay lit for any
They-
significant length of time?
They do stay lit. I will offer, give me a perception check on that though.
I would love if
You got
you'd
it.
roll that if you don't mind. +7, please.
They stay lit, and he moves on to the next one. He touches that, stays lit, but you do notice it's faint and it's slow. But the first one that he touched starts to dim. It gets dimmer as he moves on. So the it seems to sort of be attracted to that touch. It stays for a little while, and then it begins to lose it the longer it's been.
Like how little while? Like so there's this
Mhm.
really excellent game that has a really talented voice and motion capture cast called God of War that yeah, I definitely love that game. Like that game is incredible. But in that game there are puzzles
Uh-huh.
where you have to throw the Leviathan axe
Mhm.
at these things and keep them lit up, and you have
Uh-huh.
to hit all of them and keep them all lit up at the same time. So Silas's mind immediately goes here.
Right.
Are they fading so fast that do I feel like I can fly around and touch them all and keep them lit up at the same time?
You do feel like they're lit long enough that you could touch them all, but as you have noticed, they are not as bright when you touch them and no one else.
Got it.
So Neb's and Robin's is brighter than any of the ones that you have touched.
So I'm going to does it seem to I'm testing.
Yes.
Does it seem to matter if I touch it with clothing or my hand? Like does it seem
Yes,
to matter?
it prefers your physical touch to a
Okay,
clothing.
I'm gonna take off my
Preferred.
shirt. And
It
I'm gonna hug one
responds
of them and
more to
see.
your.
Okay.
You're taking off your shirt?
Yeah, I take off my shirt and I hug one of them and see if it lights up more.
Silas, I've heard of tree hugging, but I've never heard of stalagmite hugging.
So Silas, yeah. So you pull off your shirt and fly down low and hug this stalagmite. It absolutely glows against your body, becoming quite bright with the contact that it's receiving, and it starts to glow and get brighter, and it matches Neb's and Robin's, and even kind of surpasses. The more surface area that you touch, the brighter it becomes.
All right, everyone. They just want a little bit of love.
Are we-
I'm still gonna fly around and just see.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna try to grab them with like my whole forearm or
Uh-huh.
something. But I'm like gonna fly through and try to light them up all at one time and see if anything happens.
So you're flying through again. It's you know what? Give me not a sleight of hand. I can acrobatics, an acrobatics
Okay.
check. I know you're flying, but we're gonna do
Yep.
sort of a dexterous thing with this.
Yep, that's fine. I'm gonna be barrel rolling. And all
Yeah,
that
exactly.
stuff. That is a 17.
A 17. So you're doing a pretty good job of, as you get by, you try to get as much contact as you can with things. And you're doing a pretty good job. But again, there's so many of them that by the time you get to the last one, the first one is starting to fade. It's more, that first one that you really hugged, that's quite bright. But either you're going to have to get the timing really strong, or you're going to have to get them all to be, enough time with each of them to really light it up all the way. If that's what you're trying to get, if you're trying to get them all at their brightest at the same time, you're going to have to sort of work to make that work.
Hey, bubble folk.
Mhm.
Like, can one of you like touch one of these and let me know what happens? I don't know if you understand me or not, but like, can you like, hey, come over here, and then I'm like, come as you are. I'm like trying to get them to
They
come
sing along with you and kind of mimic, a couple of them mimic the arm movement that you're making, and flash a couple of times. You go,
if I
"Hee,
need to like
hee,
literally
hee."
type them
Yes.
into one of these things or something, I'm just trying to see
Well,
if them touching it matters.
Yes, go ahead.
I was
Neb?
gonna say, Silas, when you start imploring the bubble folk, Silas, I can talk to them like I did last night, but before we do that, do you think we need to get these all lit up at once? Do we need to light them up in a certain order? I mean,
Oh, I don't know. I'm just trying things.
okay. Just so I know what we're trying.
Yeah, I'm just trying to light them up all at one time. But we can't do it because there's only what, like 5 of us? Like it feels like there are like 6 of us sometimes, but like 5 of us. And
Pivem's
then
like, I'm here. I can.
Oh,
I
yeah,
can
yeah,
hug,
yeah.
I
and
can
Pivem,
hug
there's-
Pivem, yeah, of
stalagmites.
course there are 6. Of course there
Yeah.
are 6.
And
but
there's-
there's only 6 of us. Yeah.
and there's 11 of these, and so if we can't get the bubble people to help, we each need to take 2, right?
Yeah, but we also have to take our clothes off and touch them with our skin. So
I
they
mean,
light up more like that.
Or we don't.
or I mean, I can turn into something else and then not have to worry about
why don't
clothing.
you turn into like a walrus? They got a lot of body surface area.
I don't know if I've ever turned into it. That's a really good idea. I'm going to do that when I can know that I don't need to talk anymore, especially if we want to talk to the bubble people. But before that, and I'm still like touching the one that Robin
Yes.
and I are touching. I would have touched it more as Silas is saying that. I'll turn
It's
to
glowing brighter and brighter the longer that you two maintain contact with it and shift around. It's by far the brightest of any of the ones, even the one Silas hugged, it was a fairly brief hug, so it glowed quite brightly, but it's beginning to fade as quickly as it started.
yeah, and I'll look over at Maeve and Fairuza and say, do you want to come on over here and let's see how bright we can get one of these?
Fairuza's actually standing at the edge of the little ice rink thing and just watching. I guess, Robin, you're on the sitting too. Or are you standing? So everyone's sitting.
So Robin and Neb
Except for-
are on the ice at that first stalagmite. Silas
Mhm.
is flying around shirtless, touching the stalagmites, hugging the
Okay.
stalagmites. Maeve and Pivem and Fairuza, I'm imagining, are still on the shore, the bank.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're sort of definitely looking at
Yeah.
this. Fairuza's gonna she saw Neb slip, so she's like, it's gotta be slip. She's gonna put her foot on the ice thing and just sort of test it and go, whoa, that is slippery.
Mhm.
I love it. And
Honey,
she goes, you know what it reminds me of? And she's gonna push off is the blue
You
part?
can
Is
do
it
an
an edging?
Yeah, you can kind of push off the bank. Like I
Yeah.
said, this edging is all about a foot high, this sort of foot high bank, and then there's more of a slope at that bottom corner. You can
Okay.
give me an acrobatics or athletics check, whichever you prefer,
Athletics.
to try to ice skate
Yes, athletics.
on your
Oh!
boots.
Natural 20.
Oh my
plus 6.
Yes.
Plus 6.
So
The
Of course,
support
Fairuza
role
would be
you've ever
perfect at
made.
this. This makes total sense to me.
Maine.
So what you notice is that using your muscles, you actually can stay upright. You can move and kind of get in the speed skating thing. The hard part is changing direction. You have no grip on your feet. You don't have actual skates. So while you can kind of direct one direction, you can't change. Once you're headed in that direction,
Bye.
you're going until you hit some kind of obstacle.
Yeah.
So let me know. I mean, you right now, really,
Yeah.
you can only go towards Neb and Robin, but as soon
Right.
as you crash into them, if you'd like
Yeah.
to kick off in another direction, you can.
Yeah, she sort of stops, and then when she realizes she has her footing, she's like, this reminds me of when I was younger. I used to love ice skating. And she does, with my natural 20, I think she
Yes.
does a double, like a little short version of a double axle.
Yeah, little leap and spin.
Whoa.
land on one foot with your, and you just keep going. I mean, you're, if you, I'll say you probably kick off, out towards the middle, and so you're moving towards that stalagmite that's sort of directly across from where you guys are. You're sliding over to the left, and you do this little axle and continue to slide until you sort of bump into that stalagmite.
This is the most fun that I think I've had. Well, some of the most fun that I've had since we've been here. But you know what this reminds me of, you guys? When I was back at home, there was a lake near my house. And she's saying this while she's sort of, I guess, semi-clumsily ice skating with her crampons like tied around her shoulder because she just in her shoes. And she's like, and there was a lake that everyone said was rumored to be cursed because there were demons under the ice. What do you think these stalagmites are, huh? And she turns around to face the others.
Well, if it's a trap, they're demons. And if it's
Why
not a
would you
trap,
say that?
because I don't know
Robin's
yet.
fault.
Listen,
No, sorry, I was talking to Fairuza. Why would you say that?
Nev goes, why would you say that? I mean, I honestly think I'm just, and she's going to push off and to end up as close to Neb and Robin as she can.
Okay, so you go back and basically bump into them again.
Yeah, and she does a little twirl and then sort of lands showing off a little bit. She's like, I don't know. I mean, I think I'm just, first of all, I think I'm a little traumatized by bumping into the other ones that came from you remember. But also because, and Fairuza is going to look around to see where the globies are, and she's going to try to see if she can see one, and she's going to touch one of the stalagmites to see how the globie reacts to her touching it specifically. Yeah.
So as you sort of, find a cluster, they're all kind of really excitedly flying around above this pond. And as you kind of, find a couple, they don't have eyes or anything, so you're not sure they're looking at you necessarily. But, you reach out and you touch one, and it begins to glow underneath your hand. Now you're over with Robin and Neb, so now there's 3 of you on this one. This one is just lighting up like Christmas morning. And even now, give me a perception check for Fairuza, Robin, and Neb.
Maeve is just watching. What are you doing, Maeve? Are you over there like you guys are crazy, or are you planning something? That's probably what she's doing.
14.
13?
Oh,
She's actually trying
18.
to solve the
18?
puzzle.
13.
13. So Fairuza, you notice, and the others don't, it's slightly vibrating. The stalagmite, just a little quiver. It's almost not noticeable. But because you have been focusing on these globies, they absolutely, 3 of them right above you, stop and move down, sensing. You are almost positive, sensing the vibration in this stalagmite as they come down closer and they bob right next to you. Hee-ya, hee-ya, hee-ya.
Deb, are you catching this?
Well, you've made the bubbles excited by making this brighter.
We've made them excited.
Yeah.
They like it. Do they? So they like this.
They seem very excited.
I'll look over at Maeve and say, all right, well, I've already been Charlie Brown and Fairuza's already been Snoopy. So really, there's nothing that you can do that won't be better or worse than any of this. You want to come and join us?
So have we touched 2 at the same time?
Yes, I believe, because Silas has been touching while the others 2 are there.
My initial thought is that we have to get them all lit up at the same time, right?
Oh,
which means
that's what I was thinking.
Which means we need people in these places, and she does this.
Where did you get that printout, Maeve?
Magic! I summoned it into being.
Magic printout.
Weird how that
you
happened.
still have
I diagrammed it in the
Printer here somewhere.
No, I have a journal.
See, I was picturing you had mascara at some point that we used to mark on the wall.
Even better. The eyeliner on the wall.
Yes,
that's
It's
even better.
numbers
I'll
and
take
letters. She's doing this on the side
In
of
her journal, using her eyeliner, she has made a map.
Crystals where each of the festival crystals where each of the stalagmites are.
Yes.
So I don't think it's gonna read.
Yeah, it's not reading.
Okay.
If this is the upper corner, that you have the 2, right? So you need someone here because they can touch those 2 at the same time.
Okay.
Then you have the 3, and you need someone here so you can get 1, 2, 3.
Got
but
it.
and then these two, you got to get someone to slide on the diagonal, right, between them, because you can get the two.
Fairuza
then-
can do those.
Then
You're
this
right.
one, you got to hold this one longer because you got to slide further, right? And then this one, you got to hold the longest because you got to go the furthest.
Yeah.
Now, if you can't get from there to there, or if you can't get someone there, you might have to slide from the midpoint one down all the way, and then kind of crawl along the here to get to the 3 point. But I think what's going to have to happen is we're all going to have to synchronize. Maybe.
We have to synchronize.
What have y'all done to me that I'm talking about teamwork?
It makes
We're
the
all
brain
just staring at Maeve like this.
Well, I don't
Okay.
know. I can take like whatever the longest one is because I don't have to slide. So
That's true. You
Yeah.
can
I
fly.
think I understood part of what you just said. So like if you want to just tell me like my
Well,
route.
actually,
then-
Silas, you might be better down with the 3 because it's hard to get to, and also you have the extra hand.
What does that mean?
You have a don't you have a floaty? You have a floaty.
Oh,
carry.
my I don't know if telekinesis works though. Like I don't.
Oh.
I'm gonna try. it.
Ooh.
Well,
Yeah,
if it
what-
doesn't, you have 2 hands and a foot.
A foot. A foot.
Lie
Yeah, so-
down and spread
So
out.
you try your telekinetic hand.
Yes.
It does not respond to your telekinetic hand.
Well, and just to clarify,
Yes.
he doesn't have hand that shows up. Like it is
Right.
all invisible.
Well,
But
you've
yeah,
carried stuff before.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have, yes.
That's
And you
that's what
described reaching
sorry,
out.
that's
with
what I
it.
was referencing.
Yes. But so nothing happens though.
It does
has
not
to be
seem-
flesh.
It does not seem as interested or as reactive to your telekinetic hand as
Well,
it does to you.
Okay,
Right.
so Maeve's got a really good battle plan here, and
Okay.
there's 6 of us, but I mean,
What's Pippin gonna do? Are we gonna just sit him on top of one?
well,
No, I'm ready. I'm a great hugger. Really good at hugging.
Okay.
I
Me
wonder.
too.
And
That's
you
what
know,
I was-
Pippin, you might be able to help us by doing the one that's closest up top here
Oh yeah, you
Okay.
just
to
tell me
help
where
to help
go.
back up whoever has to do the longest stretch.
Yeah.
Well, and let
Right.
me see, because I got a friend maybe that can help, and Neb is gonna like look around the back of the stalagmite,
Yes.
and you'll all hear the familiar sound of a small wolf barking. She's gonna summon her friend. And she's gonna go, Max, come here, come here, come here, come here. Oh, it's been a while since I've seen you. While the claws help with the sliding on the ice. Hey, go boop with your snoot. That one right over there. And I'm gonna point to the one that's closest to us.
Okay.
And see if my bestial spirit can
Mhm.
cause something to light up.
So, is it a physical beast that has been conjured? Fantastic.
Yeah.
It has a soul. It has life. It has blood.
It's this corporeal form.
Yeah,
Yep.
corporeal, that's what
It
we're
has an
looking
armor
for.
class. It has hit points. It is
corporeal form.
Yep.
Successful buzzword. So
Hey.
yes.
Sure.
All right. So from here, you push your puppy off into the ice. It does that thing where its front legs go real straight and the back legs kind of try to push out like Bambi or Thumper as it slides. Now you want to push it towards you said the one closest to you. So is that the one right by the entrance or the one off to the left?
So if we're at the one in the bottom right hand corner, this would be the one going north. 1, 2, 3, and then one to the
that's
right.
the one that
Mhm.
you're at is the one that's 1, 2, 3 north. So you want to push it.
So
up.
then I'd want it to go back towards the entranceway because this is
The one
Neb
that's
is at
just to the left of the entrance.
Neb is
Okay.
testing first.
Gotcha.
So
So you push your little puppy who sort of he
Oh.
doesn't seem too scared. He's sort of enjoying it, but he's sort of sliding on his,
Oh,
on his
yeah.
hind quarters there.
oh, grown wolf.
he-
He's just
he
small. That's all.
Bumps into the stalagmite and looks back at you and goes
Good
up
boy.
and kind of puts his
Just don't put
paws
your
up.
don't lick it. Don't lick it just in case it's like an icicle. Don't lick it. Don't. I mean, it's
he puts his paws up so that his whole belly is up against it and kind of wiggles
Scratches.
like he's getting a belly scratch there, and it does begin to alight beneath the
Silas without his shirt on is like,
Yes.
oh, if it was like ice, I would have been in trouble a long time ago, Ned.
Well, I'm glad to hear that we don't have to worry. Okay,
I'm
Max has got
have
that one.
nipples at this
Okay.
point.
All right, Maeve, we got
So-
7 people. Tell us where to go.
Max is going to cover that one right by the entrance.
Unless Maeve instructs us otherwise, yes.
Maybe you're going to
that's
do some
where-
directing.
No, you can all go wherever you want. I sort of laid out where everyone needs to go, but it's
No, actually, Maeve,
Well,
we're
wait a
asking
minute.
you to take charge here. Like, you
Yeah,
know,
well,
like,
yeah,
like, where do you
wait
want
a
us to go?
minute. You can't make this amazing eyeliner map. You put work into this. We're gonna execute your plan, Maeve. We're gonna do it, right? You guys.
You are our commander, field commander at this point in time.
all right.
Yep.
I should have put A's and I should have put letters and numbers.
No,
to
no,
give you a
it's
clue.
okay.
Well,
I didn't
if
think that
the
through.
entrance way is the bottom left corner,
Mhm.
Bottom right is the
or-
entranceway.
or
yeah.
the bottom right corner, we have cardinal directions: north, south,
Yeah.
east, and west. And then let's say the
We can
north,
do
south.
quadrants. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can do
the north,
quadrants.
south can be.
Okay.
So
letters.
let's go northwest for Neb Wolf.
So,
Ooh.
Neb, why don't you take the 2 in the upper corner?
and okay, so Neb's going to go up to the upper corner in the northwestern corner. See
the
those 2
northwestern.
on diagonal.
Yep.
Okay, so Neb, how do you want to get there? Do you want to just hope for a diagonal? Do you want to move on the green? How do you want to do this?
I'm gonna think on this, Maeve. Keep telling us where you want other people to
Okay.
be. While
You
I
want to
ponder.
get
Do
in
more
there.
assignments.
I've got a
Hey,
couple
hey, do you
options. I
want
just
like
got
a
to.
trolley rail here, because I can just fly and like you can grab my hands and I can like slide you in the direction. At
Honestly,
least.
Silas, that may be the best option here because I trust Max more than I trust me on this ice.
I mean, I could always throw you too. There's that. Never mind.
That might
That's
be
option
painful.
B. That's if we want to destroy these things.
So-
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna like seriously just kind of grab her hands
Gotcha.
and fly, perpendicular to her, but where her feet can stay on the ground,
Got
and
it.
then just gently shuffleboard her
So-
over there.
Neb, yeah, your feet are just barely able to sort of support your weight as you dance along the slippery surface. As Silas, you guide her dancing along the kind of the diagonal and sort of place her in between those 2
As her feet are
stalagmites.
doing that, as her feet are doing
Yes.
that, I just can't help. I start humming it at first, and then I finally am just, hello, my honey, hello, my baby. It just makes me think she's dancing.
She's just dancing along there.
If only I
Um,
was that graceful. I'm no Gene Kelly.
You let go of one hand, Neb. You reach it out and grab that one stalagmite. You let go of the second hand. You're in the wide, pizza wedge stance, trying to keep yourself from slipping around. You've got one hand on either of them, and they begin to glow beneath your touch.
Excellent. And Max is at the bottom right corner.
Yes,
one.
holding on to that, the one that's closer to the entrance, closest to the entrance. And yes, the longer Max is there, the more it begins to glow.
Oh.
All right.
I probably should have sent Robin there.
Well, I can curl her back.
No, it's okay.
Oh man.
Miss Robin, just hold tight to the one you're at. Just
Okay.
hold on there for now.
Robin's got that one.
We're gonna
fully
make it so you
charged.
don't have to go far. So the plan is gonna be that Robin just heads north when
Okay.
it's time.
Okay.
So that's the 2 square north movement.
Gotcha. So, Robin, you can kind of, circle around that stalagmite holding on and kind of get yourself on the north side of it so that you can hug that and then just push yourself off up to those 2 that are higher up there
Sounds good.
when the time is right.
Nice. Waiting for orders.
All right.
I need to understand something.
What?
Like, so why are we having, we're having to simultaneously do this because
The Globies want us
Why?
to, Silas. That's what Ned
no,
said.
No. I'm not going that far back. So what is the so we're saying that we need them to light it as much as they can at the same time, and Miss Robin can't just stay where she is. She's having to touch 2. Is that what's going on here?
I mean, it's they have once they have light, it takes a while for. So I just give it lots of light and run and hit the other ones for a bit. It should be fine.
Okay.
It's a short slide.
Just a little 10-foot slide.
I'd trust
Okay.
Robin to do it more than me.
No. That's fine. Like, I am still having trouble, but Silas is literally like, yeah, just tell me what to do, and I can trolley people over.
Okay.
I think I have 3. I think I'm gonna get 3. I think.
Do you want 3?
I mean, depending on how, if I can stretch that far.
I was gonna. Well, it's not much of a stretch. I was gonna put you on the 2 because it's a trickier one to get to, and you seem to be very skilled on the ice.
Yes.
But if you want the 3, we can move you to the 3.
How many does Silas have?
I was gonna put Silas on the 3. Since he likes hearing me say the word so much.
The tree.
3.
On the tree.
All right, Silas may have, but I will be your understudy. If Silas can't do the 3, I will be.
I can do the 3. The
Silas
3 used to be my bread and butter.
Well, and Silas, if you need help, I'm sure Pivum can grab hold of one of them.
Yeah, Pivum's ready to go.
Oh yeah, put him to work.
Yeah, just let me do 2, and like we could. I mean, I could float Pivum over to one of these.
And I can bowl Pivum, so we both can do something.
Pivum's like, yeah. He's very excited.
Okay, so I'm gonna send Fairuza over to the 2 that are sort of floating.
So
on the diagonal, it's
on the diagonal,
the
southwest. Okay, so these 2 here. All right, so Fairuza, currently you are at that, that first one that's 15 feet up from the way over on the east side. How do you want to get to these 2?
She's going to do a double stack cow.
Cool.
And
so you got a natural 20. We're gonna say this is working for you.
I just
rolled a Brian Boitano. You're all good.
Having a comment.
You push yourself off of that foot bank on the side there, which just sort of pushes you with a good amount of speed on this slippery surface to do your sow cow until you kind of bump into that other stalagmite there. At this point, you can, like Robin, kind of ungracefully work your way around to be in between the 2, or if you'd like to find another way to do it, you can as well.
I'll just copy Robin. I'll keep it simple.
So you holding on, tugging that stalagmite,
Yes.
it's starting to respond to your energy, your living force. You come around, you find the diagonal and are able to reach another hand out and kind of, holding on to each post of these. Luckily you are quite tall with long arms. And again, they begin to glow beneath your hands, getting brighter and brighter the longer that you hold on. All right, we have Maeve, Pivum, and Silas left to assign.
So Silas and Pivum to the tree in the northeast corner.
Okay, so up there, gotcha. Fantastic.
I don't see any trees in the northeast corner.
They're in your imagination.
They're also Silas rim shots a minor illusion every time he says that.
God.
So wait, am I taking Crash with me to do one of them, or
Crash will, Pivum will be like, okay, you ready? Hoist me up.
Hey, Crash, have you ever heard of a fastball special?
No, but we get the mud rolling. We get some pretty fast balls in mud rolling.
Yeah, no,
they're very special.
This is something, the comic books I was telling you about?
Yeah.
It's where this one character named Colossus throws a kind of short character, Wolverine. So like, I'm just saying we need to practice that at some point. I don't have to throw you this time, but it's something for the future.
Is it a sportsy?
Yeah, it's a sports reference taking place in the greatest form of literature. So it's like all kinds of layers of stuff going on there.
Okay.
So he'll reach up if you want to sort of carry him or glide
Yeah.
him over. So I imagine you'll leave him at the lower single one. He's going to grab onto that and hug it. In fact, you can kind of hoist him up so he's higher up where he can really get his arms around the whole thing. And you will take position with the two in that northeastern corner. You're able to hold on to both of them, and they are all beginning to glow. So now it is just you, Maeve.
And so Max has been charging up that first column.
Yep.
And I'll say, is everyone ready?
As ready as we'll ever be. Captain Maeve.
What am I supposed to do?
Be ready for whatever happens when this works.
Touch both
Did I
of the...
just stay here, right? Yeah. Okay, got it.
Yeah, just make sure you're touching both of the...
So
Yes.
yeah, everything is starting to glow except for those two that are just north of Robin's. Yeah, those are the only two that have not had contact.
And so, on your marks.
Yep.
Get set. And Maeve like slips in and zoom toward, because Max has that first one glowing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So pushing off, zooming toward the one straight ahead.
Those two up there. Okay. So you come forward, you immediately sort of bang into the stalagmite that Robin is holding on to. You know, again, just it's so slippery, you're unable to control your direction. Where would you like to go from there?
Push myself around the side and then try.
Okay. Great. You push yourself around the side and kind of kicking off of that stalagmite, you push yourself into those two up ahead of you, immediately grabbing on, hugging to one, getting your arm around the other one, trying to get as much sort of physical contact. As you all kind of look around at each other in this mist, the mist swirling like crazy, the bubbles swirling like crazy above your head. They're all so excited. And as they get brighter and brighter, Maeve, just to your right, you hear a crack. The bank right beneath these two stalagmites there begins to fall away, revealing more of this ice in what can only be described as a flume, a luge slide leading off to the side. As they get brighter and brighter together, that ice or that crystal begins, that sand begins to drop away, slipping away, revealing this icy slide off in that direction.
What?
Water park, anyone?
Do you want me to fly down it just to make sure it doesn't lead to a fiery pit of death?
Oh my god.
And then I can like scream up to you all?
Where's the fun in that?
It disappears off into the mist. It does seem to have a downward direction.
So I guess because I was picturing water park, I was picturing just
That's
like
what I thought.
It's
slide.
luge. It's a Olympic sport.
Well, if we think
bobsled kind of half tube here.
if we think we're done with charging these pillars,
You want to actually get on that slide after Robin said that there might be things down there we don't want to see?
No, you
Yes.
said there were demons under the ice. Let's
I mean,
remember
that too.
part.
Yeah, you're putting words in my mouth.
It wasn't demons, it was water slides.
I mean, why can't it be all of those?
It was
but
a
are
water
we?
slide called the demons.
Are we-
Silas is going to take off flying straight down the slide.
Yeah. All right.
Robin will
Silas
follow.
disappears. Robin's going to follow. Robin, you push yourself off of your rock, banging into Maeve's rock, pushing yourself forward. You just fall down. Give me a quick dexterity saving
Oh
throw.
no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh.
That's my I think it's a +0. Oh, it's a nat 20.
It's an So, not only do you are you able to kind of perfectly kind of time it for until you get your face, you get facing forward, perfectly seated on the cushy part of your backside, and really just
And as she's going, she's just like, I once had a lifetime membership at my local water park. It's just
That means you still have a lifetime membership.
You still have it.
As you all see, Silas is flying down over this slide. Robin is being you can look and see that already their stalagmites are beginning to dim a little, and some of this water slide is beginning to crystallize over, slowly disappearing as those lights go.
I'm gonna jump down.
Maeve,
Do I notice any of that?
you are, you're moving down.
Yeah.
we'll do a perception check. You want me to do that?
Yeah, that's a 0.
No, you are focused on where this thing is going.
Got it.
Right? You
Yeah.
you want to know where, and Robin is like
That's fair.
sliding past you. You don't want Robin to get too far ahead of you.
Yeah.
She's just
But
I am seriously ready to telekinetically catch her.
Gotcha.
If she like falls into an oblivion.
Did Pivum come with you, or is Pivum still hanging on to his stalagmite?
Pivum's still hanging on. We'll get to Pivum in a minute. Maeve, you said you're following. All right, Maeve.
Yeah,
Maeve's right there. Maeve kicks off her rock and slides down the slide. Give me a dexterity saving throw from you, or you could do an acrobatics if it's because you're planning it.
Oh no.
that would be a natural one.
Oh no!
All right. You push yourself off and do like we're talking Roadrunner, like whoop, 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 your feet just underneath you moving, and you're not moving until flat on your bum. You begin to slide down this thing. You make it to the entranceway, but you are going backwards. And you are unable to grab anything and turn yourself around, so you're just as you disappear into the mist down the slide. Fairuza, Pivum, and Neb, and Max the wolf, wolf cub. So Pivum goes, okie doke, here we go.
Go where?
He's gonna push himself up towards that northern rock. He's then gonna push himself to the west, so he bangs into one of Neb's rocks up there. Then he's gonna push himself south, so he bangs into one of Fairuza's rocks. Then he's gonna push off of that to the east, so he perfectly matches up with that exit sliding down into the luge. We're gonna see how gracefully he does this. Not super gracefully. He is a bowling ball. He is curled up in a little ball.
Less
and
pool
just
ball,
kind
more
of
bowling ball.
And then he pushes himself off and rolls and bonks into another one. His beard is all over the place as he's just rolling around on his little round body until, again, as like a bowling ball coming in the return.
And I'm just watching him coming toward me because I'm going backwards.
You're going backwards, and he's just rolling. It's just butt, head, bald head, butt, bald head, butt, bald head, over and over as he follows you down the slide. Fairuza and Neb and Max.
Bruce is
actually slowly beginning to crystallize over.
Oh, so the slide is no longer slippery.
It's there, but it's starting to disappear. It's starting to get filled in again at this entryway with crystal.
We gotta get going, yeah.
So Neb, you are currently up there. How would you like to push yourself towards the slide? Or Fairuza, if you want to go first, up to you.
Neb, go ahead.
Okay, so what Neb is going to try to do is she's going to indicate to Max to meet up at the rock that that Robin was on. So from the entranceway 4 north, all the way against the wall. And so she's going to try to push off and slide her way towards that, and Max should join her there, and then they'll swing around and try to go
Acrobatics
down the
check, please, from Neb.
Sure, it's going to be great.
It's going to be so great.
I'm so excited. I actually rolled well. 16.
16. So you push yourself off, kind of pushing yourself east. So you bang into this, particular one here. Then sort of push off of it going down south. So you bonk into the stalagmite directly south of that one. Then can kind of push yourself to the east so that you bang into that stalagmite that Robin was holding. Max also pushes off kind of north, and just as he sort of times it as you bonk into that stalagmite, he's kind of coming by, and you grab him just before he sort of flings off into the middle of nowhere. So
he rolled a 19. He's doing better than me.
He's doing better. He's doing great. He kind of uses his little claws to try and get himself some traction and times it perfectly so that you two can kind of intercept as you align at that particular rock. So it's one up further. Now that you are together, you push off that rock, bump into the one to the north, push east, and you start to go down. We're going to say the two of you working together, you're able to get yourself facing forward It's not graceful. You don't have your arms up like Robin did.
No. I'm gonna try to get into that seated position that
Yes.
that parents do when they've got like they're gonna go down the water slide with a child
Yeah.
who's just old enough but not really, and they're like
Yes.
on their lap. Because even though he is technically a grown wolf,
Yes.
he's a small beast. So
Yeah.
so Max is gonna sit on my lap, and no, there's no audible wee, but she's kind of holding on to him a little too tight,
Yeah.
but also grinning as just like, here we go.
You're with your roles, the reason they're not, is you're having trouble keeping kind of your butt under you. So you're kind of sliding a little to the side and then try to adjust your weight, and you kind of keep throwing your weight back and forth. So you're a little rickety. When you get to the corners, you really bank up on these high corners, sort of sliding up over the edge, just trying to like not fall out of this chute.
Yeah.
Fairuza,
Whoa.
you watch the puppy and Neb slip down into this thing. You've got only a little bit more time. You can see all of these other stalagmites are starting to dim. It's starting to close over. What would you like to do?
This wasn't part of the plan.
We had a plan.
She's gonna take
Maeve
off
had
her
a plan.
cramp.
Not,
wasn't
not beyond.
Maeve's
like
plan
the things
opened the
that-
door.
That's true. That's very
the
true.
extent of the plan.
Darn
It was an excellent plan.
It wasn't even open the door. It
Good
was like
plan.
we touched the pillars.
Just
Make
light them up.
highlighter.
Good. She's
Turn
gonna
on
put
the
her, like,
lights.
put her
You're
cramp
there. I'm
on.
going to say too, being the last one there, having seen everyone disappear, you do see all of the bubbles are like still and focused on you, and they have that little tiny bounce of excitement, and it's just like a
You
just this little chorus of like excited little breathy sounds all around you. It's really quite beautiful, but it is almost it's this encouraging, like uplifting, almost like an organ, a very quiet sort of calm organ.
darn it. I wish Neb was here, but she went down the drain. I would have asked her what you guys were saying. But it looks like you seem happy, so Fruits is gonna. This wasn't the plan.
Why is this a
She's
drain?
gonna push off.
She pushes off.
Push off.
All right.
It was called Demon's Drain.
Demon's Drain. There you go.
The devil's anus.
That's what I will name this
No.
puzzle.
Demon's Drain.
The Demon's Drain.
Drain.
So Fairuza, you I think, knowing how, you're used to sort of navigating on this kind of terrain, you push yourself to this more northern stalagmite on your side and push yourself at the perfect kind of angle to try and just sort of
Slip around.
use your muscles to
Go
kind of
around.
weight yourself in a certain way. You're still using that 20 that you had before. And you do bonk into those two upper stalagmites a little bit, but it just banks you, spinning you a little bit around to one side like a pool ball or snooker.
I meant to do that.
And you also slip into this chute, sitting normally, but still trying to kind of get your balance. All right, we will jump. Was it the plan? As you slide through Fairuza and you kind of look back over your shoulder, you see that the stalagmites are now finally losing their light. And behind you, as you are sliding, the chute is crystallizing. The sort of slipperiness of the chute drying up into this sort of crystal sand behind you, blocking the way back as you slide forward.
Whoa! Watch out! I weigh 100 and something pounds. 200 pounds. I gotta watch out.
But only when you're angry. Yeah.
Neb thinks to herself,
I have an axe.
"No, I'm not getting out of the way. If Fairuza's coming this way, I'm just going to have to be ready to have Fairuza plow into me. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine." She pets Max. It's going to be fine. When Fairuza arrives, everything's going to be fine.
Silas and Robin at the head of the pack. She's moving fast, Silas, but you can be dashing and flying as fast as you can to keep up. So you guys are kind of keeping pace as Robin's just banking on the corners, using her weight to get just the best
She's
ride.
doing her Tammy Taylor arms.
Oh yeah.
Got it.
She's in it. And you look ahead and you can see that there is finally a more steep sort of downgrade that opens up into the same material, this very slippery, ice-like material, but it is vast. It is the texture of this ground as far as you can see. Now, there is this salty or, crystally bank along the edge, but do you want to catch her? Otherwise,
do I get the impression that she's just gonna
she's
slide
just
like
gonna
a
shoot
mud?
out onto this endless lake of ice once she hits this final acceleration of this last downward slope.
So is there any place to put her?
So as I said, there is a bank that is, made of this sort of crystallized sand.
But you're saying
material.
her momentum would take her past the bank.
Oh, well, because the
Likely.
chute basically goes like the bottom of a water slide. It would enter into the, the wave pool or something
Into
like
a
that.
pool. Okay,
So there is a bank on either side, but this shoots her out into, over this lake.
Okay, when I get down there,
Yes.
I'm gonna just like be on the side of the chute, still floating in the air, and I'm gonna just put out my arm and give her the option to try to grab my arm.
Okay, you have your arm out, it's readied. She's got some speed on her, so we're gonna see how it goes if she chooses to take your hand. Robin, you see this crest coming in front of you, and it is quite a little drop coming up. And down at the bottom, about 20 feet away, you see Silas is zoomed ahead.
And I am telekinetically with my force assistant.
Yes.
I am trying to basically grab from the other side if she grabs my arm. Again, if she wants to take the ride, I'm gonna let her. But if she grabs my arm, then I'm going and I see I'm having trouble with that, I'm going to let the assistant help too.
Okay, gotcha. So you've got one arm out grabbing bare air, but it is not. The other arm is reached out. So Robin, you're looking down over the crest of this drop. You see Silas standing there with his arm out, ready for you to grab, but he's got kind of a look of like, on his face. You take that drop, you pick up speed real fast as you're going. This is the devil's drop, right? This is, you lean back, cross your arms over your chest, and take this terminal velocity drop. You are rocketing down this thing. What would you like to do as you get closer to Silas's arm?
Robin just like nostalgia feels like she's just like feeling this like most exciting moment. And she sees Silas, and her first thought is, "Oh, Silas wants to join me." So
she grabs his leg.
So she is going to reach out and grab him, but not with the intent of being stopped. It's more like being taken aside. Whatever happens, she is going to grab, though.
Okay, fantastic.
So with any of that momentum, I am also prepared to go up and not out.
Gotcha.
Fly up with any of that momentum if I can. Yeah.
So
I just want the camera moment where Robin pulls Silas down
with the Six Flags border on it. So boy, oh boy. Okay. I think this is going to be about whoever is sort of stronger or has the most momentum winning what direction this battle goes in. So we're gonna do a strength check for Robin, but I'm gonna add a +5 to it because of this momentum that you've got going. Right, you are going fast, so that's going to give you 5 already to how well you're able to hold on to his arm and sort of take the lead. Silas, it'll also be a strength check for you.
Can I do athletics?
You can do athletics. I'll allow that. No, you know what? Actually, I'm going to say no, because this is not practicable. This is just, clench every muscle you have in your body and go for it. So we're just going to go with straight strength. But you have your buddy here bolstering you?
Yes.
Okay. Does your buddy have...
The buddy can do anything that...
does it have a strength score?
Yes, it does.
What is its strength modifier?
I think it's not very
because it's helping you.
Yeah, it is helping. Its strength score is not Sorry. His strength score is 2.
2. Okay, so Robin, you're going to roll a strength check and add 5. Silas, you're going to roll a strength check, add your modifier as well as the 2 from your buddy over here, and we'll see who wins.
Uh-oh. What does that mean? That laugh.
Well, I have a -1 to strength, so really it's only a +4, which makes it a 6.
It's a 6.
Yeah.
Fantastic, Silas.
I got a dirty 20.
A dirty 20.
Hey!
So Robin, as you slide forward and go wee and reach
I don't
out
know who
your
I
hand
wanted to
and
win,
grab.
actually, now I think about it.
I don't either, to be
I don't
honest. But
Would have been great any other way. Anyway.
Silas, you're able to keep a hold on her. And as she flies forward, use your strength as well as the sort of bracing strength of your invisible friend here to kind of redirect that momentum, use her own momentum against this movement, and spiral up. So she kind of comes forward and you direct her around, and you begin to fly up into the air, kind of, killing that momentum.
yeah, and once the momentum's gone, I'm just going to drop her down. And I'm going to say, what do you think you were doing right there?
Having the time of my life, obviously.
And then Silas just doesn't skip a beat as he's like looking for the others coming down. And
Yes.
then he just, without skipping a beat, it's like, and I've never felt like this before. And he launches into Time of My Life song.
Time of My Life is sing. So as the rest of you are sliding down the slide, you're listening to the soundtrack of Time of Your Life. And yes, Maeve,
Can I try something just because
of course.
it would be fun? So
You're
it's
next.
a super vertical drop, right?
Yes, you're
I
coming
would
up
like to
it now.
try and use that because I'm going backwards and I'm
Yeah.
going to go feet first.
Yes.
I kind of want to try and use that as an opportunity to flip over and regain and sort of, Legolas style for the,
Surf?
for the
Absolutely. Give me an
Yes.
acrobatics check, please. You also see Silas down there at the bottom with his hand out, like, "Ugh,"
You're not
and
gonna
Robin
believe
standing at the
this.
side,
What'd you
just
roll?
watching you come
Do
down.
it.
What'd you roll? Oh,
Again?
Dice jail. Dice
Oh,
jail.
Maeve is really, really dexterous.
Dice jail.
This is just
no, that's amazing. I thought this was
that's
the
just
Out of curiosity, even with the 1, what is it?
it would be a 4.
It would be a 4.
Okay.
So instead of you like tipping down, as you attempt this thing, it actually rockets you into the air like Evil Knievel, flying up into the air out of this. Silas, you see this happen.
I'm just trying to do the launch. I'm just trying to do the
As her arms are moving like this in the air.
It's over.
It's your fault for singing dirty
Silas, would you
dancing.
like to attempt anything?
It's over.
I
Just
want to
forget it.
catch her.
You
Like,
want to catch her?
Dirty
like
dancing.
Dirty
Right?
Dancing.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
Dancing.
Just forget it, okay?
All right. Acrobatics, Silas.
oh, wow. This is the most
And you
important
can
role I've
fly.
ever
Can
made.
I try an acrobatics at this to try and save it with him now that we're on common goal?
Disadvantaged, you may.
Okay.
yes.
I'll take it.
Silas.
I did pretty well. Like, what did you get, Maeve? Because I want this to be spectacular.
Disadvantage is the 7.
Okay,
7.
well,
What
I
did
got
you
a
get?
23.
All right.
Oh.
So Maeve can't get it together. She's just cartwheeling through the air. She's twisting and spinning. She's trying to look cool, and it's just not pulling off.
And as this is happening, Silas is like, nobody put Maeve in a corner.
That's right. You reach your hands up, expecting, the perfect dirty dancing lift, and she just slips right through your fingers as you turn around and grab an ankle. And with your flying, are able to kind of pull her back onto the bank so she doesn't go just flying off into the distance. Next, we have Pivum, who just rolls down like a bowling ball and is just picking up speed as he
Oh my
gets down to that lake. Robin, Maeve, Silas,
I just let Pivum go. No,
You
I'm
let
just
Pivum
joking.
go.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking. No.
like a roly
I'm
poly
gonna try.
bug.
I'm gonna try to catch him
Okay.
as well. Like, I mean, I'm just
Fantastic.
floating
This
around
can be
there
in
trying.
athletics because this is like,
Yeah, this is like grabbing my little
Yeah,
beagle.
this can
or
be
something.
athletics. This is like a, like a kettlebell.
That's an 18.
An 18. You sort of straddle the chute and put your hands down so you can kind of grab Pibham. Now he's got a lot of momentum on him too. Let's see.
Little kettlebell.
Oh
swing here.
no! Oh no! He goes.
Pivot's
right
gone.
through
He's
your
gone,
hands.
isn't he?
Oh no.
He goes right through. He's got so much momentum on him. I rolled a 19. Whatever it is. So he just right through your legs, through your hands, like a missed ball out in out in the outfield.
Slippery little.
That
And
mud ball.
he's just
Uh-huh.
it's mud rolling, right? And he's having the time of his life. Even as he goes by, you hear him go, "I'm doing spar."
No one down. No one down.
Is rolling ass over end off into the distance. He does finally, again, like Bambi, he spreads out his arms, giving himself a little bit, his arms and legs, giving himself a little more surface area like a starfish, and just sort of spins until he comes to a stop. But he's a good ways away. He's way out in that lake. But he does come to a sort of starfish stop. That's Neb and Max next. All right.
There's three things that are happening. So I think everybody's looking at Pivum as they've rocketed
Yes.
off. Neb is holding on to Max and thinking about the giant friend behind her that she needs to not stop
Yes.
because that's going to be bad.
Oh my
So
God.
despite anything she's going to see, Neb is just going to launch.
Launch meaning
Yeah, she's not trying to grab a hold
Not
of
trying to
anything.
of anything.
No,
Okay.
she's just
So you
going
get
where
to
the
that,
ride takes
you
her.
fall over Devil's Plunge here, holding on to Max. You just take that plunge. You gather speed. Silas is there, still looking through his legs, turning around to see Pivum, cartwheeling out into the middle of the lake. As you look back, Nev just shoots right through you. Not interested in any of your help. You also, just like a rocket, just go straight through. If you would also like to spread eagle here, you can sort of slow yourself down. But you and Pivum are again way out.
I think
you
it's
can
more
look
like
back.
butt and legs spread out. She's still holding back.
Yeah,
the two.
butt and legs. So that
wrong with everyone?
Pibum's gonna try to grab onto you a little bit, but you guys, it is a shuffleboard. You are human shuffleboards.
It's a little bit of laughter and a little bit of that also nervous laughter of we almost died.
Yeah,
like both her and the wolf were just like
Pivum's having the same reaction. You bump into him, he moves like 10 feet that direction and kind of tries to find himself around the way. Fairuza, the chute is closing up behind you. There's no evidence of where it was. It's almost as if it has completely disappeared, this path, as it crystallizes over. You begin to reach this rise. You can see Devil's Plunge ahead of you.
Oh, hell no. Frozen doesn't do slides. What about a 6 foot, whatever, 5 woman says water slide? So she's basically screaming her way down. She's screaming like the tendency of a human body to resist change in motion. Screaming like Newton's second law of motion. Net force is equal to mass times acceleration as she goes down the slide, I guess, straight, like just screaming and flailing her legs. She's completely all over the place, but she does not do rides.
Silas is there. You've collected yourself. He's got an arm out. Do you want to take it, Fairuza?
Do I take Silas's arm? Do I see Silas's hand? Is you're just doing
Do you
this?
want to do a perception check to see if you're not too scared?
I don't
Go
really
for
know
it.
if she- I don't really know.
Perception check. This is for fear.
Okay, let's do that.
Percept your fear.
Oh, crazy. 19 plus
19?
3.
Okay. Something about the fear has sharpened your focus, and all you are looking for is something that is not slippery ice that you can grab onto. If it was a log, you'd grab that. If it's another human being, you'll grab that.
She likes
Silas is there, but he might as well be a tree. As you grab on, we can do athletics checks here, contested athletics checks. I'm pretty sure you're both
okay.
gonna be
Athletics
fine.
is good.
Athletics or strength contested strength checks. But Fairuza, we're gonna add a +5 to yours.
Oh,
Silas
11 plus
gets a
5.
+2. So a 16 for you.
Yeah, for me, yeah.
Silas?
That is a 1 on the die for a total
Ooh.
of 2.
Fantastic. Fairuza, you grab Silas and rocket him out into the ice with you.
You're coming with me.
Would you like to let go, Silas? Actually, she's grabbing you. I don't think you can. She's holding on to you. So you are pulled with her out into the center of the ice as Robin and Maeve stand on the bank like, what?
Can we like head straight for Maeve?
Well, you all are heading away from Maeve. You are going to bonk
okay.
into shuffleboard style,
What is wrong
air
with
air
all of
hockey
you?
style into Neb the
Pivot,
wolf.
pivot,
and
pivot, we got to scooch. Pivot, we got to scooch. Pivot, pivot.
Pivot and Neb make like a little net.
Whoa.
They grab arms and spread wide so that they can kind of catch you a little bit as you all come to a stop. And with this, the 4 of you out in this wide lake, Robin and Maeve back on the bank. You guys are, 100 feet away from them. We will call it an end to this chapter of Children of Éarte. Thank
Best
you all.
game of curling ever.
Thank you all for joining us for the ride tonight. Such a pleasure to spend the night with you. And next week we have a super spooky Halloween episode. So join us on the 31st. I will endeavor to help it be spooky. So yes, thank you all so much. And please remember that you are what you believe yourself to be. Adore you all. Have a good night. Bye.